Hi, I am Roxy. I am here to ask you to do something for Steve 6464. Can you watch as much of the video that you can? Then before you leave a comment. Make it a critique, a constructive criticism. Thanks. Oh, he's about to start. Bye.
Alright, Foxtrot Delta Tango, how are we doing? Okay, we have sound now. Every once in a while, um, OBS seems to forget what microphone I'm using. And you know what? I chose the wrong one. So, let's go back. Properties. Alright, I think this is the one I want, right? Foxtrot Delta Tango. Turn it off. Foxtrot Delta Tango, very good. Okay, let's boost the sound a bit. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, I am Steve 6464. Welcome back. This is season 12 of Let's Build This, part 8 of building the London Red double-decker tour bus. I was off last week. I was walking in the local area crop walk. And if you would, if that's something you would like to support, there is a link in the description of this video that should take you to the crop walk page. Not making any guarantees that will take you to a place where you can donate, but it's a start. Okay, and in the meantime, let's review last week. Alright, so that was what we did last week, a review of last week. I was kind of distracted, so I missed the ending of that. But, oh, hi Casey, how are you doing? just getting things set up here. So let's go and get things set up. Did I call you KC? I meant CK. How are you doing? Move my cameras into position, because if I leave them where they're at, they're in the way for the rest of the week. Makes it hard for me to do stuff. And I'm always bouncing into them. So, usually, this is how I get set up. Alright, this is what I've done so far. Let me pull up my equipment. If I babble or I mumble, let me know. I have a tendency to do that. I've only been doing this for 3 years maybe. You'd think I'd have my pattern down. Instructions. So this is what the final product should end up looking like. Clear up some things I should have cleared up. I never prepare for this. Then how are things out in Colorado? Denver, is it? Oh, I wanted to adjust the color and exposure on this camera. Here. Properties. Yeah, I'm in the far northwest suburb of Chicago. Yeah, we're starting to get fall weather here too. Configure video. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to increase the contrast. Increase the saturation. Change the hue. I imagine up in those mountains, seasons change quickly. Two exact cameras, but I can never seem to get them to match. And in a previous life, I was a photographer. You'd think I'd be able to do this. Alright, enough with that. been 2 weeks. Excuse me. So CK, may I ask, what made you check out my channel? I mean, we really don't exchange, communicate in the side chats much, so I'm just curious how people find me here. Okay, we're working on this. Alright, they want me to start wrapping these edges with this tape. And I think it would have been easier to do that first and then assemble all this. See, I think I clicked on it and subscribed and thought it might be good to come in for lives. I don't know if you also added it on a Discord group. Oh, it's not creepy. And I try to, a lot of the content creators on their Discord have spots for you to shield your own stuff. So I've been doing that. I think Mike from the Drunk Debunk show has a spot on his. Oh, I left this. I pulled this off by accident the other week. Just let it hanging out, and now the sticky is dry. So yeah, I put it on his Mr. Sensible's MC Tune, a few others. For some reason, something happened and I'm not allowed to post on Craig's site. I've been meaning to connect with him to find out what happened. Alright, see, this one has no sticky left. I'm gonna have to get some glue going. I'm glad you're here. I need to start growing the channel. You know, it's not that I need the income, but it'd be nice to have a little left over to take the wife out to a decent dinner, upgrade my equipment. Being in my 60s, I need to consider retirement. So a little extra income there wouldn't hurt. Weird, I don't follow Craig. I've heard that from a few creators. Would be curious to know why. Good luck if you get an answer. Thank you. My dad and brother used to build model cars. Some fun spending money. Yeah. Well, I was originally going to do, if you go back to my first 2 or 3 lives, I tried doing live debunk. And I was at one of these hobby shops and saw one of these metal model things. And I used to, like your brother and dad, build a lot of plastic airplane models. And I figured as an adult now, I'd have no problem putting one of those metal models together. So I thought, hey, you know, a live stream, a couple live streams here and there, putting this thing together would be a change. And the thing was, it didn't go together as easily as I thought it would. And it took a whole bunch of episodes. But doing that was a lot easier than trying to prepare for debunking. So when I finished that model, I picked up something else, and then something else. And made building stuff the primary focus of my Sunday streams. The thing is, there's about 9 or 10 different levels of hardness. And the first one I picked up was the second level of hardness. I mean, it was a cool metal dragon. But it just took forever. And wasn't what I was expecting it to be. Alright, so I got those tape things. This one is age 14 plus. I thought I saw a level rating somewhere. Yeah, this is level 14 plus. So the story behind this one, I have 3 adult children, and my oldest is my daughter. And this is 25. 24. So in the fall of 24, my daughter asked me, "What would you like for Christmas?" And I'm pretty well set, so I had suggested maybe that she pick up something that I could build doing this. And well, this is what she had picked up. Where am I? I'm lost. Alright, I put all the bands on. Alright. Okay, done that. Okay, this is where we're at now. Alright, so they want okay, I need the stickers. I need part A56. It should be red, I would think. So a lot of this is just me mumbling to myself and looking for parts. I mean, I know these are, they look like it, but they say they're E's. Okay, I've taken everything out of the box. Okay, what level is this one? Yes, the only thing I'm building now is Legos. Legos are fun, but my bro got my little one and 18 plus Pokemon. It's been almost a year getting it together. That's because we don't know what to get our parents. That's cool that you wanted a hobby. No worries, looks relaxing. I'm going to go do some laundry. So, yep, no worries. Do what you need to do. I'll be here until 3 o'clock my time. 2 out there in Colorado. Really bothers me that I can't identify those. But I'm almost done, and I don't see any other instructions using those parts. So I'm going to take the leap of faith and use these. File off any burrs. Okay. Place this sticker. Nope, that went nicely. Place the sticker on the other. Okay. There's another part, A43, and another sticker. A43. Clean off the burrs. Apply my sticker. Nope, I missed it. Can I pull it off? Yep. Alright. 3 times a charm. Let me get my tweezers. I kept stealing, when I was doing that metal dragon, I kept stealing my wife's tweezers. She finally had enough and went out and bought me this tweezer set. Alright, that's tweezer charm. That works. Okay. On the bus top now. We want the bus facing with this grill work to the left. Okay, and then the London bus tour. Bus tour sign goes on the side. They have it marked as where it should fit in. The instructions say no glue, but what did the instructions know? And place that in place. Press it down so the glue adheres to it. And my other piece, there it is. That also has markings on where that should go. Put some glue in that area. And press that into place. Getting some glue, squeeze out here to clean up the excess glue. Although it is Elmer's school glue, it'll probably dry clear, but it's a good habit to get into anyhow. Okay. And we flip it over and rinse and repeat. This side only gets the London tour bus. It doesn't get the smaller. Guess that's the bus number, maybe. No. The smaller piece says St. Paul's Cathedral, Fleet Street, Aldwych. So yeah, this is like the bus number, the route number. And then on the other side, we put our London tour bus label on, press it down, have the glue adhere to it. Alright, there we go. Take a slight break here. My son texted me, so let me reply to him. Alright, so the stickers are done. And then we place the top deck onto the lower deck. I might just finish up today. Spend a few extra minutes if I need to. There we go. Yeah, when I'm done here, I need to do some laundry also. My wife complained that she doesn't have clothes for work tomorrow. Scraping these holes that everything's supposed to fit in to make them a little bit bigger, a little easier to get the knobs in. too much pressure on it, because I did that on another wooden project and broke it. I wonder maybe, as I roll my knife into my glue, I wonder maybe if the knobs themselves are too big, too long, which is keeping things from settling down. I'm going to get a new nail file for this. And try to get these knobs smaller so everything will sit flush. Now let's hope that did it. So the glue's starting to dry. Reapply some new wet glue. Steve, didn't your shop teacher tell you to dry clamp it first and then put the glue on? By the way, yes, he did. But what does he know? He's only a shop teacher. Okay, I think we're going to have to do some extreme alterations. And see if we can't cut these knobs off. one more. Oh, ice is part of the problem here too. Okay, but one thing at a time. Yep, that's going to be a problem. Alright, that now will give us a nice tight seal. Not quite. Getting there. This is reminiscent of when I was working on that dragon, had to modify it. Super glue it. And it still fell apart. So, need something heavy. While this glue sets. No, that's not going to do it. So I think what I'm going to do is run to my workshop, get some clamps, but in the meantime Roxy will teach you how to say Steve will be right back in like 25 different languages. So I'll be right back.
Hi, I am Roxy. Just hanging out and popcorn. Do not worry, Steve 64 right back.
Älä huoli, Steve 6464 tulee kohta takaisin.
Moenie bekommerd wees nie, Steve 6464 sal nou terug wees.
አይጨነቁ ስቲቭ 6464 ወዲያውኑ ይመለሳል።
Neboj se, Steve 6464 se hned vrátí. Eskeskatu, Steve 6464 laster itzuliko da.
Huwag mag-alala, babalik kaagad si Steve 6464.
Ne aggódj, Steve 6464 mindjárt visszajön. Bare rolig, Steve 6464 er straks tilbage.
唔使擔心，史提夫6464會即刻返嚟。
Keine Sorge, Steve 6464 wird gleich wieder da sein.
Ne vous en faites pas, Steve 6464 sera de retour tout de suite.
Μην ανησυχείς, ο Steve 6464 θα γυρίσει αμέσως.
Ne vous inquiétez pas, Steve 6464 sera de retour tout de suite.
Maak je geen zorgen, Steve 6464 is zo terug.
别担心，史蒂夫6464马上就回来。
Ekki hafa áhyggjur, Steve 6464 kemur strax aftur.
Don't worry, Steve 6464 will be right back.
אל תדאג, סטיב 6464 יחזור מיד.
चिंता मत करो, स्टीव 6464 तुरंत वापस आ जाए.
别担心，史蒂夫6464马上就回来。
I'll be right back.
Foxtrot Delta Tango. Hi, I'm back. Alright, I hope Roxy was a good teacher and you learned some new ways to say be right back. Let me get back to my work view here. Alright. Enough, Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, wouldn't you know it? They're not big enough. Okay. So, back to Roxy. See you shortly. Be right back.
Hi, I am Roxy. Just hanging out in the lobby getting some popcorn. Do not worry, Steve 6464 will be right back.
Älä huoli, Steve 6464 tulee kohta takaisin.
Moenie bekommerd wees nie, Stuffe 6464 sal nou terug wees.
አይጨነቁ፣ ስቲቭ 6464 ወዲያውኑ ይመለሳል።
Neboj se, Steve 6464 se hned vrátí. Kezkatu, Steve 664 laster itzuliko da.
Huwag mag-alala, babalik kaagad si Steve 6464.
Ne aggódj, Steve 6464 mindjárt visszajön. Bare rolig, Steve 6464 er straks tilbage.
唔使擔心，史提夫6464會即刻返嚟。
Keine Sorge, Steve 6464 wird gleich wieder da sein.
Ne vous en faites pas, Steve 6464 sera de retour tout de suite.
Μην ανησυχείς, ο Steve 6464 θα γυρίσει αμέσως.
Ne vous inquiétez pas, Steve 6464 sera de retour tout de suite.
Maak je geen zorgen, Steve 6464 is zo terug.
别担心，史蒂夫6464马上就回来。
Ekki hafa áhyggjur, Steve 6464 kemur strax aftur.
Don't worry, Steve 6464 will be right back.
אל תדאג, סטיב 6464 יחזור מיד.
चिंता मत करो, स्टीव 6464 तुरंत वापस आ जाए.
别担心，史蒂夫6464马上就回来。
I'll be right back.
Alright, Foxtrot Tango Delta. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I think this time I have the correct size clamp. And that's not on camera, is it? gonna have to do this 2 clamps at the same time. And I can't tighten them down too much, as we don't want to this is too fragile. Okay. Glue's starting to ooze out there. That's tight enough. There. And the glue's starting to ooze out there. Okay. Alright, clean up any glue that is oozed out. Maybe I can risk tightening this just a little more. Apologies each time I hit the camera. Yeah, I can't put too much pressure on that front, so that's not going to hold. What's happening is it's squeezing it. Alright, so let's set this aside. Set aside the tools that I don't need or can't use. And let's see if we can work around this while that is drying. Alright, so we've done this, and we've done this. Alright, so now we're working on this. So I need B7. It looks like they want me to actually build B20 and B22 first, and then add B7 to that. So B20. That's B12, B6, B20. Carefully punch this out. A little extra cutting here. makes that easier. Clean up the extra burrs. File down these tabs so I don't have a problem like I just had. Okay, what's the next piece? C22. I think I see that already. No, it's C24. This is a piece that already broke out of its Yes, it's already broke out of its sheet. C22. Okay, give that a little cleanup. This piece has some tabs sticking up. File those down a bit. Every little bit helps, making things easier. Need to pay attention to the printing, so they want the red part up on the bigger piece and the red parts towards me on the smaller piece, like this. Alright, let's add a little bit of glue. Really not a whole lot. This thing is designed to stay together without it. Just I prefer a little more permanence. Let me clean up the excess glue. Alright, and then the next piece, B17. And that should be a red piece also. Yep, and that's it. Cut this out. Okay. Lift the red part up. That goes on top. Okay, like that. Now that, and it also then slides down into these slots. Alright, let's take this off, get some glue on it. Voila, that went together really easy. Maybe if the glue on it was lubricated, it slid easier. Alright, that's that part. Now they want B14. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yes. I need to be really careful with these slotted pieces. They're intended to curve around. They're supposed to do something like this. There's similar stuff on the main bus. So that's how I know that's how that's supposed to work. Oh, wrong instruction sheet. This instruction sheet. Okay, the orientation is this longer knob to the left, and apparently these go like that. So let's see if I can clean up these notches, holes, tabs, notches, I guess, holes. A little bit of glue. That's too much. A little bit of glue. Clean up the excess glue. Alright, and that's this part. Okay, B18, B19, little circles. Crash, boom, bam. B19, B18. They mark on here where the tabs are that are holding the pieces in. And seeing this is a round piece, I'm just cutting those areas. At the moment I don't seem to have the hand-eye coordination to handle round. Clean up the burrs. Oh, that's too small. I'm going to cut myself. And then these circles fit over this taller hump, the taller tab. Need a little bit more glue. Glue the notch. Painted side up. One. Big fat hands in the way. There we go. Get rid of the excess glue to squeeze out. Okay, and now for this really small piece. See how difficult that's going to be to put on these fat fingers. Alright, that went on nicely. So that was that. So now we're here, C15. C24, C15 is right here. Break that out of here. Clean up the burrs, file down the tabs. It's really kind of hard to do on these smaller pieces. Alright, with the roof in this position, this piece goes here, and they want the red part forward. clean up the excess glue. Oh, this thing's supposed to curve around and go into those tabs. That's going to be a challenge. Alright, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Alright, now for the back. Okay, C24, C12. C24, C12. Okay, this is 24. Nail files are a really good tool if you're cutting mat board for mounting stuff on. So, sometimes when you cut that down, it leaves burrs, it leaves little fuzzies. And you just file that area with your nail file and it cleans it up really nice. One of the reasons I'm using it on this project, because the size of the pieces, the delicacies, how fragile they are. I just splashed my face. Alright, so that is C24. We need B12. We could all use a little extra B12. I think that's B12. Yep. It's not that the printing is so small that I can't see it. It's that when the pressure they used to print the alphanumeric part code, they didn't get it hard enough, or the ink on it even enough. And although the lighting on screen might seem bright enough, in reality it's actually about It's about a stop darker in my room here than what you see on the screen. So the magnifying glass kind of helps. Kind of helps counter all those other problems. Okay, did I? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. It's not going to hurt to give it a little extra. Let's get those. Clean up this notch. Okay. So, this is the back end, right? The back end. So this part is that way. This part they want the painted away from me, or the inked away from me. Alright, so it's this way when we're done. Alright, that went together really nice. Must have done something wrong. How many time? 2:40. Another 20 minutes. Okay. Oh, let's see some more glue I need to take off. Okay, that goes like that. And then on top of that, they want B6. That's that piece. Yeah, I know the pressure was uneven because at a quick glance, the capital B's that they use look like 3s. It really confused me the first day. And then I got a really good look at it, and I could see that the vertical line to the B was actually there, just very faint. Okay, clean this up. I think the next time I need nail files, emery boards, I'm not going to get them from the dollar store. Probably go to Walgreens or some part in the grocery store, department store that sells nail polish and nail care. But I figured my logic was it's only for this. I'm not actually using it on my nails. So they didn't need to be high quality, but they seem to run out of not adhesiveness, but grittiness rather quickly. Okay, so it goes on this piece, and it's going to fall into these notches. And it will lay flat on this part. And spam, of course. Find the notches, very good. Alright. I think the problem is I'm starting to get a little nervous because I'm getting to the end, or shall I say excited instead of nervous. So I'm starting to shake a little. Which doesn't help, trying to get these small parts to line up. Alright, so that is that piece. Next step. Oh, no, yeah, we did that, but now we gotta go to here. And this goes on to that. All right. Okay. Get a clean toothpick. Clean off the extra glue. Yes. Now they want this to curl down, and these small notches go onto those small tabs. So this is going to be interesting. If I get through this without breaking anything, that would be quite the achievement. Well, I could, yeah, okay, it does accordion, so I can pull it out and do that. one of these things where all three have to happen at the same time. There we go. All right. Getting there. Yeah. Oh, oh, thank you. Voila. That went that was yeah. Once I figured out what was going on, it went really nice. Alright. So now we assemble this to the top of the bus. Let's hope that the glue has taken. The front of the bus didn't really hold. And then this goes right. So I gather the front two ribs will slide into those slots. The middle one is just support. So let's go. It's a shame I couldn't get those notches and tabs to line up. Put a little glue on the front and back of this. Something just fell off. And I'll look for it later. Don't know what fell off. Maybe I'm imagining things. falling off. Keep wanting to work close to my body and not on camera. All right. Get another. Going through a lot of toothpicks. I must be more sloppy, more liberal with the glue than normally. Crap. Okay, whatever. Never mind. Well, it's been a tour bus that has seen its day. I'm just happy that the wheels roll. Right. The mirror fell off. When I was cutting off those tabs, so let's put the mirror back on. Alright, the last thing to build is the little step, so you can step up into it. My son gave me a bunch of bowl of popcorn that I'm not going to eat on while streaming. Set it aside. Extra parts. Did I miss something? So these are the steps into it. A8 and A26. No, I don't see it. other parts too. Because after we build the staircase, the stepping stool, the instructions are just about displaying it. And I don't see any of those extra stuff. But when I log off, I'll have to give the instructions a very close look. But until then, it's 3 o'clock. I'll spend a few extra minutes finishing this up. I mean, I see the reason, you know, these small pieces giving you extras. Because you could drop them, lose them, break them. These are fairly substantial size. So I mean, sometimes, you know, they have like an alternative. Instead of doing A, you can do B. But I didn't see that in the instructions. So we have, alright, so this is the first piece. This must be A18. Alright, and they want the smaller piece, the smaller step to go in that hole, and then the bigger step to go in between there. With the printed side up. Alright. And the printed side up. Clean up the glue. And then we do the other side. The printed side away from me. Come on. There we go. Just like that. And a little stepping stool into the bus. Okay, anything else I missed? And that worries me that there's, I mean, even if they are for like alternative builds, you would think there would be instructions for that. Alright, so there's our bus that is too big to go on camera. Let me pull this up and forward. There we go. Like that, like that, like that. Right. Little step stool to get in. Just this a bit. Back this up. So we're done. Could have done a better job taping these strips along the edges. Definitely could have done a better job of gluing the top onto the main part. But all in all, I am quite happy with the results. So, done. CK, looks like you came in just in time to see me finish. So, next week, I started this. This is one of those, they're not rubber band propelled, it's called a rubber motor airplane. It is a replica of the training planes for World War II. And I started this possibly easily 15 years ago. And I switched from doing this as a pastime to spending more time on YouTube and computer stuff. So next week, season 13, part 1 of finishing a 15-year-old project. So let's get ready to say goodbyes and thank yous. Get this out of my way. Get this out of my way. Alright, well, CK, thank you for coming by. I hope it was somewhat entertaining. Hope you enjoyed my fumbling around. Yeah, like I said, it was entertaining. Thank you for coming by, at least. And anyone who's watching this in the future, thank you for making it making it this far into the video. And yes, have a good day. Be safe. Be a friend to someone who needs a friend. And the last thing I have to say is, look, an echo chamber of derp. Derp, 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 derp.
Derp, 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 derp.
Derp, 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 derp. Derp.
Perspective. Gravity is not a force.
Einstein remains Newton.
Jerp, 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 jerp.